Good evening, baseball fans. It is Sunday, April 21st. I say good evening. It's not a good evening. It is an evening. It is an evening. And an evening where I'm going to give you the warning right off the top because I can't even introduce myself first. I have to tell you that this is going to be a rated R podcast for all of the four-letter words, all of the four-letter words, all the cuss words, the dark humor of me again jumping off of a building and or yeeting myself into rushing water because apparently I'm tying my emotional well-being to a team that has no idea that I exist. It's one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. This is Bourbon and Baseball. I'm Susie. That's Tom. Radar podcast. Okay, so if that's not your jam. You should turn it off now. I don't even know. I can't even put a good spin on it, Tom. You can put a good spin on it though. So put your good spin on it. We'll start off on a good foot. Good foot? Yeah.
So, Justin Verlander's back since the last time we talked. Good times. He looked
Mhm.
good, looked strong. I think he got caught by Yiner. We were concerned that Yiner would not catch Justin. We thought he might go for the veteran option. Yiner and Justin worked well together. He had a great performance. They won game one of the series. And then Ronel Blanco came out. Didn't have his best stuff. Pitched well. Still gave the Astros a chance to win him a ball game.
Quality start.
And then the wheels fell off. The series did not go as intended. And people spent the majority of the day venting on Twitter. And I tweeted out, today is a very good day to bookmark some horrible Astros takes because 23 games in the season, everybody's done. The Astros need to sell at the trade deadline. The Astros are not the team we knew. All these guys don't want to play anymore. They're not interested. Dusty Baker would have this team right. All the horrible takes you could ask for were out there today. And by people like radio personalities, big time Twitter handles, you name it. Everybody was venting. They were frustrated. They were angry. And I don't understand it because it's 23 games in a 102 game season in a division where first place is one game over 500, where baseball has been down. There have been bad stretches by great teams all over baseball. The Dodgers have struggled. The Yankees have struggled. The Braves got blown out, and they're one of the best teams in baseball. But yet, the Astros, who have had some horrible luck, some horrible things go against them that you would never, ever figure in a million years, is this awful team that just can't win anymore, that doesn't know how to play, that is not good, and will not be good because that's how people feel. So, my positive spin is that it is 23 games in the season, and there are so much more baseball left to play. And I refuse to quit on this baseball team. Susie,
Okay. Okay. So
have at thee.
The Houston Astros are 7-16. No team in the past 100 years has started that poorly and made the postseason. So is this the year that we missed the postseason? Is that what I'm to take from this?
If you want to, if you want to find a stat that proves everything wrong, you will find one. I would also say that there's a good chance that they could be the first team to do that too.
Okay.
Start this bad and still make the postseason.
Okay. So that's what we will say. That we will be the first team to do that. I have stats for you, Tom. Or really, I have questions for you.
I've got answers.
Okay.
I saw a
Mhm.
podcast on Twitter where the title was the podcast was the Astros were swept by the Nationals. That's how sad people are. They didn't want to give credit for the win. They're like, they
I
were
was like,
swept.
wait, we didn't get
I
swept.
know.
And like we lost the series, but we got swept by the Royals.
They
But
are
we didn't
down
get
so
swept by the
bad.
Nats. We didn't
They're
get swept by the Nats.
down so bad that they're just like, well, no, they swept us. I'm like, wow. Y'all, there's a lot of people that just weren't around when the Astros weren't good. And I feel for them because this
Me.
is so uncharted. They didn't watch them grow up. They didn't watch the struggles. So it's like,
I
act.
wasn't
You're not,
I don't. I wasn't around. I'm gaining the thick skin now. So like I said, I'm gonna be here, but I'm a bitch about it. I'm a bitch about it, and I will go watch other teams. I will find the solace in the Mets beating the Dodgers. That's what I'm finding my solace in right now. And like the Rangers or excuse me, the Rays beating the Yankees. All right. That's what we're doing. I'm finding the solace. Let me ask you, Tom, last episode we gave these stats that we have the most hits. The Astros literally lead the league in having the most hits. But runs, that's not a thing that we lead in. No, because we are down there right above league average, right above league average with 96, which isn't horrible, but it's not great. It's not great. Do you know what team leads the league?
I want to say I saw this. It was like the Seattle Mariners, right? Something like that.
Nope.
Ooh.
Mariners are 5th.
And then I don't know. It's probably a team that's playing really well.
It is the Los Angeles Dodgers
I hear they're
with
pretty good.
221 strikeouts. Do you know what team has the least amount of strikeouts?
That would be your Houston Astros.
That would be the Houston Astros with 145.
95 of
So,
them by Jose Abreu.
you're probably not wrong there. But do you know what teams or where, let me ask this, where the Astros fall in the next 5 categories? Batting average, OBP, slug, OPS plus.
Probably top 10.
Not even top 10,
Oh,
Tom.
okay.
Top 3. Top 5. Okay, that's where the Astros are. Batting average, we are 3rd behind the Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. OBP, we are 3rd behind the Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. In slug, we are 4th behind the Braves, the Orioles, the Brewers. Plus, we are 4th behind the Atlanta Braves, the Baltimore Orioles, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Houston Astros. Shout out Cleveland Guardians because you were also over there because you were 5th. So,
I've got some numbers for you too, Susie.
okay, tell me.
Do you know who leads the league in blown saves?
Would that be the Houston Astros?
6
Yeah.
blown saves this season. Before today, do you know how many starts these starters have given up 2 runs or fewer in a row?
2 runs or fewer in a row before today.
And
Tell me.
today, I guess if you want to count the start, he only gave up 3. But before today, 7 starts in a row, the Astros starters had given up 2 or fewer runs.
Yeah,
So
it's not a great look.
if you put all of those numbers together, it's not they're not supposed to be that way. And the Astros are not supposed to be this bad. If they win half of the some teams don't blow 6 saves in a season. They've done it in the first 23 games. Now, you can say that's new people. You can say that's just new roles, whatever. Didn't matter if it was Hader or Presley. They both had a chance to do it and blew it, literally. So for all the people who are going, if Presley would have been left alone, he had the ball, all the same stuff. Absolutely imploded yesterday. Absolutely imploded. Unexcusable. So for everyone that feels that this is going to continue, I just can't see it. I'm not going to use the back of the baseball reference, or back of the baseball card reference, although if you wanted to, you could. But these guys are too good, and they may not be the leader. They're a good team as far as strikeouts go, but they may not stay up there at the top with batting average and slug and OPS. But I still feel like they're still going to be an upper echelon team. And if you're telling me the pitching is going to positively regress, some of the soft contact that they've been soft contact to death today's game into the 7th inning, the Washington Nationals had one of the top 7 hardest hit balls all game,
Okay,
and they had
yep.
scored 5 runs. They
Yep,
69
all
mile
little
an
bloop
hour,
little
7, yeah, and it's been that way all season. These are things the Yankees did it. The Rangers did it. The Royals did it. They blooped them to death. And it's like you expect the pitcher to get in on hands of hitters and actually draw the soft contact, and they find a home. It's weird. It's not normal. Normally those are outs, easy outs. Pitchers are battling deep into games with high pitch counts because their guys are being more selective. And it's so weird because the Astros, on the other hand, with all the data you just showed, are up there hacking away and free swinging like nobody's business. Today, you were tweeting about a complete game shutty because they're up there first pitch swinging, second pitch swinging. And you're watching the Nationals just go, I'll take 2 strikes before I actually get serious because that means you got to throw me 3 of them. So where everybody sees, oh, this team's bad and they're not well, and this, I look at it and go, man, I'm watching all these games and I'm looking at all these numbers going, that shit doesn't add up. That shit wouldn't happen to most teams and they lose. If you tell me the other team has all the soft contact, They lose. You saw Tuck blister balls right at people. You saw Jordan blister balls right at people. And it's eventually those things find homes. I watched all game today where I was just like, what are they supposed to do? There was some stuff that looked like they probably shouldn't have rushed it. Altuve, free swinger that he is, he went up there first pitch swinging after a long inning for Hunter Brown, who on short notice had to start because CJ
Because
had a
why?
CJ had a
Because
neck
Christian
thing.
Javier is
Had,
on
had
the IL.
had a neck thing. Yes, it's retroactive to his last start. He'll miss one start. He'll be back.
It's a 15-day IL. He's gonna miss more than one start, sir.
You think so? I think if
Uh,
it's retroactive to his first, if it's to his
if it's
last start and he misses one start, all right, he'll probably miss two starts.
no,
It's two
he's gonna
starts.
miss a couple starts. So,
Okay,
it's 1 step back, 2
one step
steps forward.
forward.
No, 2 s no, it's all of the steps back and 1
Yeah,
step forward. Okay,
exactly.
that's what that is. Listen, I don't know what it is. I don't know if Michael Brantley needs to come in and yell at them because apparently Justin Verlander came in and yelled at them and told them essentially to get their heads out of their asses because that's what like, how they're playing. And last episode, we talked about what player has that "fuck you" attitude, that machismo that would work on this team, and I figured it out. I figured it out. Give me Reese Hoskins. Give me
You're
Reese
still trying
Hoskins on this
to
team,
you're still trying to
okay?
add free
I
agents.
am. Absolutely, absolutely, okay? Give me Reese Hoskins on this team right now and tell me that doesn't help, okay? Reese Hoskins, you can take the boy out of Philly, but you ain't taking the Philly out of the boy. Reese Hoskins is gonna come in and gonna give some of that fucking fire and fucking attitude, and I need that. I want that because it's as much as I were shooting on Jose Abreu, the perspective is there for me that we talked on the last episode with Kelsey, that there are stars of teams that are getting paid a lot more money than Jose Abreu that are also sucking. Not quite as bad as Jose Abreu, okay? However, it's just I don't know at what point we can let this go on.
I think it's
And it's
coming.
but it's
Dana
but
Brown was
it's not
interviewed.
even well, okay, so we fixed that problem. Are we gonna talk about Alex Bregman not pulling his weight? Because Alex Bregman ain't pulling his weight either.
How would you like to fix that? You got another Philly guy that can play third base.
Give me Will Wagner. I don't know. Listen, I understand at some point Alex Bregman is probably gonna turn it around. Probably, hopefully. But again, when's he gonna heat up? May? June?
This is typical Alex Bregman. So for
Okay.
everybody that thought they were going to get a different version because it is his contract year, he is showing you, motherfuckers, I'm still Alex Bregman, and it doesn't matter what I call my salsa. I'm still going to be here until about middle of May, maybe end of May before I go hot, and then the team rattles off 7 or 8 wins and be like, see, if we just had Alex Bregman, we would have been fine. I think that's really in a nutshell these guys are not clicking opposite of each other. And I think that's what's really hurting the team. On days when Tuve's going and Jordan's going, bullpen has issues. On days when one of them doesn't get going, then the offense has issues. And they're just not good enough to overcome Abreu and Bregman and name whoever you want in there. Singleton, Myers. I can't say Chaz. I would have said Chaz, but today he had 2 hits. So he's looked
Chaz
better.
was the only one hitting today.
Yeah, yeah.
Chaz was literally the only one hitting.
But a week ago, Chas McCormick was on the side of the milk carton. Bro, where you at? We've lost you. So that they're not the only guy that I can honestly say has been hot and stayed that way throughout has been Jeremy Pena. And I would have never said that last year. I would have never said that last year. So
That's true. That's true.
hats off to you, Jeremy
I
Pena.
ugh, this team makes me so sad.
Drink.
I would, but I have homework though. So I cannot drink. I just the all of these numbers just make me so sad. Just so sad because again, on paper, it should work. It should work. Do you know what teams, I should say, have the lowest ERA?
Team ERA. Before a week and a half ago, the Astros were up there. I don't know where they are now. I don't know. The Royals, probably.
The Royals are up there. They're 5th.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, the Detroit Tigers, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Kansas City Royals. So those are the top 5 with the lowest ERA.
What do
Boston
those all
Red
have in
Sox,
common? Aren't they all in the AL Central with no hitting to be
no. AL no, Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees are in the AL East. Come on now.
true? but I'm talking
Uh,
about the
Detroit Tigers, Cleveland Guardians,
Guardians.
and the Kansas City Royals. Yes, but who did they just have to play? The Kansas City Royals, who did they just have to play? They had to go through us. Who did they just go through before that? And they just had to go through the Orioles, who beat them, but it's not like the Royals haven't played good teams. The
I didn't say
Guardians
that.
as well. But it's one of those things where it's not I don't think it's strength of schedule. I honestly it's a little bit of underestimation and overperformance. But the New York Mets are 6th, and that's the first NL team with a 313, and no one had the Mets on their bingo
Bingo
card
card.
of having a good rotation. No, the Houston Astros are all the way down at the bottom at 29th with a 5.03 ERA.
But up until today, it wasn't the rotation. It was the bullpen. 2 weeks
The
ago, it was the rotation. A week and a half ago, whatever.
the fielding independent pitching, the FIP, which is most indicative of the pitcher's effectiveness of preventing home runs and hits and all of that stuff. The Houston Astros are down here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 from the bottom with a
What is
4.33. Enough. Tampa Bay Rays, Texas Rangers, all the way down here as well.
that should really speak to it's just been a weird season all the way around. Aaron Judge, the Yankees are 16 and what, 5 or something like that, and Aaron Judge is batting under 200.
Yes, because Juan Soto is standing on his head, and Oswaldo Cabrera also doing fabulous things. And their rookie shortstop, Anthony Volpe, is also doing the things.
I
So
understand, but if you told me that Aaron Judge was batting 197 2 weeks into the season, I said, what do you think their record would be? Knowing that you had everything else, no one's saying 16 and 5.
because Alex Verdugo is barking in the dugout and doing the things. So it's just the fact that we don't have people doing the things.
I agree. I
We
agree.
don't have people
They
doing the things.
they definitely feel like a team that needs a spark. Not anything other than that. Something to galvanize, something to, okay, we need a rallying cry. Blummer had a great take today during the game. Normally they go on the road, they get booed, and that would be enough. Now it's almost to the point where it's not even that anymore. Like they can boo them and it doesn't have the same effect. They still just, whatever, it's just another ballpark. They have to come, there has to be some other energizing factor, something to us versus the world with. And apparently, what used to work in the past is not working for them currently.
So then, like I said, we need a bench clearing brawl. We need a Carlos Correa. It's my time.
I actually feel like they need somebody to throw at somebody.
You need wait, you are saying that the Astros need to throw at somebody or
Mhm.
somebody because
I don't think anybody wants to poke the bear. I think the Astros need to just be a heel, just a little bit, just to stir the pot a little bit. Something.
okay,
Somebody
but then
take
who
offense with something. I don't know. If you wanted me to give you a suggestion, um, give me Montero throwing 96 up and in on somebody and them taking issue with it, and then go from there. You know what I mean? He's been one of the best relievers of the season. Nobody would have said that to start the season. Everybody was ready to bury Montero somewhere in H Town. And
this is true.
now you bring in Montero and you go, huh, okay, cool.
Nah, I'm still very wary of Rafael Montero. However, he is leading me back to, do I believe in you, Rafael Montero? You're making your case, and you're making me wanna believe in you, Rafael Montero.
Making her
So
say nice things.
Jake Myers is not making me say nice things. This entire
Mm-mm.
fucking team is not making me say nice things. So what you're telling me is that somebody needs to throw out Cody Bellinger?
Oh, I'm here for it. If you told me Arrighetti got up in somebody and they took offense because he was a rookie, and the bench is cleared while you're sitting in the stands going, "I will murder you," and then the Astros lit the world on fire, that would make for an awesome podcast. I'd look forward to recording it.
This is true. Although I did say that if anyone booed Jose Altuve while I was around them, I would be throwing hands. I don't know if I can go to jail in Chicago. I can go to jail in Houston. I could do that. I don't know if I can go to jail in Chicago. This is why God made me a SML person because he knew that I would know my limitations. Be like, Susie, that's why we did not make you a big person. We knew your mouth would fucking overrun your shit. So I just know that if you do boo Jose Altuve around me, there will probably be consequences, of which I don't know yet, but we'll find out soon. We will find out soon because
A
we're
lot of
going to
people
enemy territory.
a lot of people have suggested that Jose Abreu get the Philly treatment and they boo him or cheer him. I can't remember how it went. And
No, they're saying that we need to give Jose Abreu the standing ovation like they did with Trey Turner.
yes, yes.
That's what they're saying. At this point, I'll try anything. I will try anything. I don't think a standing ovation is going to turn back the hands of time because I think that's the literal only thing that's going to work. And again, we talked last episode about how Paul Goldschmidt was first baseman for the Cardinals, was on the same trajectory that the defense was still there for Paul Goldschmidt. Where what the fuck, Jose Abreu? What the actual fuck? The defense is obviously not even there now either. Because some of that, I say some, at least one of those runs is on you, Jose Abreu, and not being able to catch that foul ball. Like, what are we doing here? Why? There's just so much of this thing that you're all, why? Why? What is this? What are you doing? Why are you not being able to catch this foul ball? And then you just stop. You just literally stop short of it. I don't know.
I can't explain this to you because you've never seen it. But from what little experience I have, when the ball gets up into the air and it's spinning, it will move. And when you saw Jose Abreu dance all over the place trying to get under this foul ball, clearly it was moving. So I get it. Everybody's that's an easy play. You're going backwards and you're looking up and trying to judge where you are on the field and this ball is tailing away from you or moving towards you. Does every first baseman make that play? No. Do a lot of them? Yes. Should he have made the play? Yes. Do I understand why he didn't make the play? Yes.
I don't know. Maybe he just save us all a little bit of grief and just phantom IL yourself. Your I don't know, your knee hurts, your ass hurts, your what is it that AJ Przinsky always says? The running joke is that he had anal fissures because you can't fucking prove that. Okay, sure. Just
Well,
do something.
Dana
Any
Brown
at this point in time.
alluded to it. He was interviewed before today's game and said that is not that nobody's working harder than Jose Abreu, but we can't afford to continue with this route and just run him out there every day. If it does not get better, they will platoon him in some form or fashion. But like I alluded to with a couple other people on Twitter, you will not get him right sitting. For everybody that thinks it's a rest thing, they're 23 games into the season. It's not something where, oh, he's tired. It's we haven't got that far. We haven't got to that point. This is he's struggling and they're trying to get him to play through it and come out the other side of it. And the only way to do that is to play. Watching the game will not get you there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there cannot be the multiple black holes in the
Mhm,
lineup.
100%.
There there can't be. Breggy and you, Jose Abreu, and Chas McCormick
That's a
all
lot.
cannot be cold at the same time. I just don't understand why he was left in for yesterday's game and not pinch hit for in what was that, the 8th? I think it was the 8th. Okay, so if we're not gonna pinch hit John Singleton, Victor Caratini is right there. All right, and then double switch somewhere else. We'll figure it the fuck out. But the fact that, you know, he wasn't pinch hit for, and the fact that Mauricio Dubon is JV's personal center fielder, I don't know what's happening. And I guess the Joe Espada keeping the hot bat in there, I guess is why. But to what point? At the beginning of the season, it was made clear that Jake Myers apparently was anointed the center fielder, and that really hasn't been the case.
The reason for that is Jose Abreu. It's Alex Bregman. It's Jake Myers to an extent. When he necessarily wasn't tearing the cover off the ball and Dubon was, it made sense. Look, this is the league leader with runners in scoring position for a team that doesn't score runners in scoring position. You have to play him. And Espada's no dummy. He sees that.
Right.
If anything, I would say where Dusty was the almanac guy. Espada's playing to the numbers.
Yeah.
He's putting guys analytically where they go and playing to the numbers, which is what fans asked him to do. This team right now is just, whether it's underperforming, silly mistakes, or just plain bad luck, are catching it all at the same fucking time. And so many people just want to go, they stink. Instead of actually breaking it down like we've just done with the numbers and go, wait, they don't stink. They just have shitty things happen to them. Today's game was standing like, if you just looked at hard hit, you just looked at that. There's no way you're looking at this game and going, this team scored 5 runs and this team's had 2 hits. That shit don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to help people. If they just want to be angry, then you go right ahead. This is going to be a long season for you because they're not going to win every game. And for people that are just like, you're supposed to win every game, you're not going to.
I don't expect them to win every game.
Yesterday's game was the one. If they win yesterday's game and lose today, you're still going, series win. Yeah, sweeps are hard. Series win. Good stuff. Yesterday, Presley is our guy, right? There's nowhere else to blame. They scored 4 runs. Blanco got him through. The bullpen was nails. You got to Presley with a 2-run lead, and he blew it. And everybody wants to be angry about all the things. I'm like, look, it's shitty. Yes, but Presley's going to blow a save. I don't expect him to blow it against the Nationals, but he's going to blow a save. It's just, this is the worst time to do it. Again, do I think this team will turn around? Absolutely. Do I think Presley will be better? Do I think Hader will be better? We obviously think Bregman will be better. And then those 3 guys alone are going to equal half the losses right there. They don't lose half those games if those 3 guys are right. Now, if you don't have faith in those 3, then yes, season's over. Trade everybody off. Somebody said, start reloading the farm system. I'm like, are you high? Like,
start reloading the farm system.
He said anybody that wasn't under contract through 25, trade him. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Reload the system. Start over. It's over. This team's done. I was like, man, oh man, you're down bad. It hurt you bad.
Okay. All right. So obviously now is too early to say that, but come All-Star break.
Different scenario. That's 3 months from now.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So now at the All-Star break, if we are, I don't know, I'm not going to do the numbers because obviously this is not a math pod. There's no way that we are going to win the division, 1, and there's I don't know, like a snail's chance in hell. I don't think that's an actual saying, but I'm going to make it a saying. Just the teeniest, tiniest whisper of a wild card. What then?
At the trade deadline?
Yeah, at All-Star break, yeah.
That is a great question. You will then have people calling for Alex Bregman to be traded. You will probably then have people saying extend Tucker or trade him too. You will probably have people say trade Justin Verlander. And they may just do that because if they don't feel like this team could win now, they're not going to feel like this team can win next year. And you've already maxed it out. Where are you going to improve? Where are you going to add to this ball club?
I don't know. So
I think that's silly.
Go get me Rhys Hoskins from the Brewers. Go get me Rhys Hoskins from the Brewers. That's all I'm saying. So
would you DFA John Singleton to do that?
If it brought me Rhys Hoskins? Yes.
Because I feel like any move they make at first base is at the expense of John Singleton, not Jose Abreu. There's no scenario where I think he leaves the team. The 40-man's already maxed the fuck out because you have all these arms that are up, down, left, and center. So as much as I would love J-Lo to be the guy that they bring up, you'd have to move somebody down or send somebody out. And
okay, so let me ask you this then. Since Mauricio Dubon's bat apparently is just so hot that we can't leave it out of the lineup. If bring up J-Lo, put him in the outfield. I would rather have J-Lo in the outfield and Mauricio Dubon at first.
I am so glad you brought this up. I'm so glad because I've seen people everywhere say, play Dubon at first. Do you know how many games in his career Mauricio Dubon has played first base?
2.
Yes, you are 100% correct. And
2.
For everyone that thinks anybody can play first base, that's not the case. I'm sorry. 1, You have to have all the bag mechanics. You have to be able to find the bag. I can't explain like how many times we've seen people attempt to play first and not be good at it and go, oh shit, no, never mind. I'm sorry. Don't do that again because they can't turn the double play. The PFP is not good. That's a whole thing. If anything, it's probably easier to go play center field or left field or right field than it is first base. So for
Okay,
everybody
well,
that's saying move Dubon to first base, he hasn't played any first base.
they're giving J-Lo reps at first base. They're giving J-Lo was making catches in center field.
But he is the center fielder that they converted to first base.
I know, that's listen, my thoughts about Dubon. I thought Dubon should have been traded a hell of a long time ago.
So did I.
That's not
Now
that's neither here nor there. They're not gonna trade Dubon because
he's Swiss Army knife. He's good. I think that if you knew you had an injury or you knew you were going to sit guys, Dubon's awesome. But when you look at this roster as currently constructed, the only reason you play Dubon is if somebody gets hurt or once a week. And that's a very expensive piece for once a week. That's a very, and it's no good to him because he's a guy that needs the reps too. So if you weren't going to give him a day at second, if you weren't going to give him a day at third, if you weren't going to do, okay, we'll play roulette around the outfield, then you're like hurting your utility guy because he's not getting any
yep.
reps. But clearly he's their best hitter with runners in scoring position. So he's going to play over Jake Myers. And I know that hurts your heart because it should be Chas McCormick. And if Chas was lighting it up, it probably would have been Chas. But Chas picked the worst time to have a slump.
Make me mad, Chaz. So, yeah, I don't even know. I was hoping that we would go into this road trip winning series, okay? I don't even expect sweeps. Don't even expect sweeps. I just want to win series. But we lost the Nats. So, we got to look ahead to the Cubs. So, Cubs, unfortunately, we're not going to get Kyle Hendricks, which I was hoping that maybe we could tee off on Kyle Hendricks and get this club right. We're not. So, projected starters, it looks like it's going to be Jordan Wicks, Jamison Tyone, and then Shota Imanaga. Projected starters for us would be JP France on Tuesday, Justin Verlander on Wednesday, and then Ronel Blanco on Thursday. That is according to Fangraphs roster resource. We do not know if that is true or not. And I completely forgot about the Mexico series. I totally forgot that we were playing the Rockies in Mexico as opposed to Colorado. So apparently Framber is coming back at some point without a rehab start. I'm maybe hoping that he will start one of those Mexico games because I would love a ground ball pitcher up there. That would be chef's kiss.
Real
Chef's
quick,
kiss.
the starters for the Cubs series is incorrect because Arrigetti's going to start the next game.
Oh, is that what was said? I know that he
Mm-hmm.
was going to be inserted, but I didn't know where he was going to be inserted.
The only reason he didn't go today was today Hunter was on normal rest. He was going to be pushed back a day, but this gives Arrigetti another day and he'll be on normal rest.
Okay.
Hunter got moved up,
so
but he's still on normal rest. Arrigetti goes after the day off on normal rest.
okay. So it will be Jordan Wicks against JP France. That'll be interesting. I am trying to remember because I get Jordan Wicks and Jordan Hicks confused in my head. One very good pitcher, one apparently
Very
decent
bad
pitcher,
hitter.
completely different teams. Jordan Hicks for the San Francisco Giants converted relief pitcher into a starter, and then Jordan Wicks of the Cubbies, baseball savant, is thinking along my lines and pulled up Jordan Hicks's picture as well. Let's see. Jordan Wicks is a 24-year-old. What pitches do you have, Jordan Wicks? Jordan Wicks has a four-seamer, a changeup, a sinker, and a slider. It looks like he hits. Oh, just kidding. He has 6 pitches. I lied. A curveball and a cutter. But can I say that he has a cutter when he uses it 0.6% of the time? So he uses the four-seamer 46.2% of the time, the changeup 24.1, sinker 14 point slider 8.5%, and the curveball 5.9%. If you guys have not checked out Baseball Savant, it's actually a really cool resource for all of these players, especially the pitchers, because those pitches that I just read off, it has a little spinny GIF of the baseball and what it looks like, what the four-seamer looks like, what the sinker looks like, and all that fun stuff. To my untrained eye, it all looks the same. I see various, like, the tiny little differences, but in no way, shape, or form would I be able to differentiate that 96 miles an hour coming at me. But in case you guys are ever wondering what it looks like, it's actually pretty cool. So it looks like his expected ERA is a 5 is a 5 this season. So, you know what that means, guys. We will make Jordan Wicks look like a Cy Young winning pitcher.
The real question is what the weather is going to be like. I think with
Cold and
Wrigley,
rainy.
if the wind is blowing out, it does not matter. If the wind is blowing in, then it could be a really low scoring game and really difficult because anything in the air is just going to hang up there for guys to run up under.
So let's see, it'll be interesting. It's a 93 mile an hour four seam, 82 mile an hour changeup, 92 mile an hour sinker, 91 mile an hour cutter. Interesting. It's I will let you guys know what the weather will be like
We're
because
going
it's gonna be cold.
to reporting live. It's
I
cold
know.
as shit, guys.
Yeah. Go follow me on Instagram. I may go live on Instagram for that because it's gonna be fucking cold as shit. I have a beanie. I bought a beanie specifically for this game. Let's see. I wonder the run value on his four seam is a 0? Is that what I'm to understand? He doesn't have a positive run value on any of his pitches? Interesting.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Apparently, he only had a positive run value on his sinker and his changeup last season, but this season, it's all blue. I don't know what that means. I think blue is bad, but
Let's hope so.
blue is bad, red is good.
I think the big thing for the Astros is really something Blummer said, and it's going to be a day off, a chance for everybody to get away from the ballpark. On the road, I don't think they do a whole lot. They just take some time to mentally reset, and clearly this team could use a break. The problem that some guys have is they press because they're constantly thinking about it. Every day they come in and it's, I got to be better. I got to be better. Abreu, for one, Bregman, another, where it's like you see them doing uncharacteristic things because it's a constant grind on you. And Blummer was talking about, he's normally the grind doesn't really hit you till around the All-Star break. And then you get that break and then you get a chance to reset. The Astros, because they've dug this hole, are grinding a whole lot earlier than they should be because they're feeling the pressure of the record starting out and the expectations and the fan base and so on and so forth. So a day off to get away from baseball is probably going to be really good for this team.
Let's hope. I would love it. I would love it if I could see win that night and not leave Chicago a sad Astros fan.
What game are you going to?
The Tuesday game.
Tuesday.
So Spencer Arrighetti and Jordan Wicks. I'm sad though that it's not Jordan Wicks versus JP France because according to the picture of Jordan Wicks has the same glasses as JP France. So it could have been the battle of the goggles. So yeah, not a his ERA is a 5.29. Jordan Wicks. So we shall see. Guys, we shall see. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be good news the next time we record. And Fromber will have returned. And I just really hope that Mexico series that nobody gets sick from the food or the water or any of the things because apparently that was an issue with the Yankees when they came. Obviously not that big of an issue because, they swept us. But hopefully, fingers crossed, nobody gets sick because that would be bad. I don't want that.
You tell me if Jose Abreu got sick, you'd be upset.
I'm not wishing illness on anyone,
You just
sir.
wished him, you just wished him on the IL like 20 minutes ago.
I said a phantom IL. That's what I wished, a phantom IL.
He could
Okay.
phantom food poison himself. Can't prove that.
Listen, this is true. Do you know who leads in batting average?
It's Jeremy Pena, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, not on this team.
Oh,
Across MLB.
I do not.
You won't ever guess who it is.
You're right. I won't.
Stephen Kwan of the Cleveland Guardians with a 374.
I could see that. He's a slap hitter. I could see that. He's always had
You
a
know who's
high
second?
batting average.
William Contreras with a 372, the catcher for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Mm-hmm. Used to be a
Altuve is
Brave.
third Altuve is third with a 367. Otani is fourth with a 359. And looky who's fifth overall, Jeremy Pena with a 356. Look at you, Jeremy Pena.
It's
So
crazy
proud.
too because the littlest thing is what it looked like he changed to me in his swing, and minor. He moves his hands maybe 2 inches from where they were and got quiet, and now all of a sudden he's through the zone so much better. And they did like a side by side comparison, and it doesn't look like much, but it's the way it is. He's recognizing the ball a whole
Apparently
lot
2 inches
better.
is a big deal. Apparently.
So they
Y
say.
Altuve is on all of these leaderboards, guys, on all of these leaderboards. Wins above replacement. You know that Ronel Blanco has 1.5 WAR?
Yeah, he's been tough.
Altuve has 1.4 WAR.
Those guys are worth a game and a half apiece, and they've won 7 games total. That should tell you that's the kind of thing that I keep telling people. The numbers don't make sense. They do not equal a bad baseball team. So, for all the shit that's happened, for as bad as they've been, the numbers say they're going to be better. Now, if you think those guys are going to regress because they're just supposed to regress, then I don't know. The same could be said for the guys that are struggling. They're going to figure it out. And there was an awesome stat for Altuve. So Altuve's 2017 MVP year, they had his numbers up. And they had the last 153 games, because that's what he played that season, up. And his numbers, both WAR and OPS plus, are higher than they were the season he won MVP over his last 153 games.
Nice.
So you are getting premium Altuve right now.
And can't do shit. Side note, people that you guys need to watch out for. Michael Busch, the kid that they traded from the Dodgers, is pretty much raking for them. Is tied for fourth with the most home runs with 6. There's a lot of people who have 6 home runs. The names that I'm about to read you is a who's who of freaking MLB players. Gunnar Henderson, Tristan Casas, Ellie De La Cruz, Josh Naylor, Salvi Perez, Taylor Ward, everyone's who? Mookie Betts, Pete Alonso, Fernando Tatis Jr., and CJ Abrams. So Michael Busch doing it, man.
CJ Abrams looked really good.
CJ Abrams did look very good. I'm glad that he is actually getting the shine that he deserves and is recognized, because for a while there he was getting everyone's tired of talking about CJ Abrams and why isn't CJ Abrams better than he is? Because he's young. Let the kid mature, bro.
All the people that were ready to get rid of Hunter Brown today, he's 25.
Put Hunter Brown in the bullpen.
I agree.
Put
Can't
put
wait.
Hunter Brown in the bullpen.
Can't get the rest of the starters back fast enough to do that, though.
I think his stuff will be electric in the bullpen when he can let it eat for one inning,
It was funny.
and he
I
doesn't
felt
have
like
to.
once he got to that point in today's game, he was this K artist and so much better. And he wasn't nibbling. He didn't get it into hitter counts. And it was like, oh, struck out the side. Is that good? Yeah, yeah. Kid stuff can play.
His Jose Abreu's OPS is a -32.
It's not good.
His batting average is a .068, guys.
It's not good.
.068. His slug is a .085.
Absolute black hole right now. You are getting an out. And the sad thing too is like you watch him and you see him trying to like work through it, right? At the plate. And then you just see him get an absolute shitty pitch call for a strike. And you see his whole body language just absolutely just go to shit. Because I can't do it when it's sitting there middle. I'm damn sure not going to do it when you're 2 inches off the outside edge. Like, I
Mhm.
feel for the guy in the sense that when it's bad, it's all the way bad. And whether it's now on defense, whether it's now at the plate, it's like everything that would find you in a season is finding him in the first month. And
Yup.
I don't know what the solution is.
To not have him in the lineup,
Oh, for sure. I'm talking about for him.
unfortunately. Oh,
I
yeah.
used to think he could get through it. Now I'm to the point where it might be too far gone where he can't. They probably should have gave him some time off to get right before this. They let it get way bad. Like I think he should have got more days off.
Okay. Besides Jose Abreu, Alex Bregman, I'm looking at you. Chaz McCormick, I'm looking at you, sirs, because a 296 slug from Alex Bregman ain't gonna do it. A
Mm-mm.
613 OPS ain't gonna do it. He's not even walking.
And
He
Alex got taken
Yeah.
advantage of today too. He's struggling and got some horrible pitches off the edge of the plate that they're calling for strikes. The umpiring for this series was not pro Astros at all. There were so many
No. No,
pitches
it wasn't.
that Susie didn't tweet. You all see the ones that she does tweet. There were so many pitches that she didn't tweet that weren't good. And it's man, when you got guys struggling, and I think today was like the what happens when you constantly get that. They went up going, I'm not going to let you get me to two strikes and then throw me that pitch off the edge. I'm going to
Yeah.
go try to get the best pitch I can right away. And the first time through the lineup, I was like, all right, cool, whatever. When they went up the second time through the lineup and we're still one pitch, two pitch swinging and just popping everything up, I was just like, come on, guys, you're not helping yourself. You got to make this kid throw you a mistake and you're not giving him a chance to because you're going up there taking the first offering he gives you.
Yep. But unfortunately, apparently his curveball was deadly because it caught Tuck looking, it caught Jordan looking. Very few pitchers catch both those motherfuckers looking. So I don't know, guys. Again, we have faith. Tom has more faith than most of us. We'll be here though. Like I said, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna just bitch about it. I'm gonna just bitch about it because my skin is growing thick. I wasn't around for the last Rose era. The Technically we can revive that name because we are last in the division. We are last in the division. We're 5 games back.
Yesterday was
5 games.
vintage disastros because everything was good and then it wasn't. And it was like, the hell just happened here? But if you don't think that this team is going to be good, if you don't think that they can get back, then you might as well just turn the knob because it's not going to get better. It's only going to get you're only going to get more frustrated. Like you
Yeah.
either have to have faith that they can figure this out or just hope that they rebuild. Some people are saying, even though that for me, that makes the worst sense because they pushed all the chips in with Josh Hader. But the minute they signed that guy, you said for the next 5 years, I plan to contend because you're not going to pay premium dollar for a closer if your team does not have games to close.
1. Do you wanna know what that 1 means?
Number of saves.
Number of saves, y'all. 1. Shouldn't be just 1.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Oh god. Ugh. We'll be here, guys. We will be here through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. But just a side note, if you wanna watch a fun young team, you can watch the Orioles, but their bullpen as well is going to frustrate you. It's going to frustrate you. I would say go look at the Diamondbacks, but their bullpen as well is going to frustrate you. I I'm trying to think of a team that the bullpen is not going to frustrate you, and I don't know if I can come up with one off of the top of my head that is
Sounds
also
like
good.
the Royals, right?
At this point, it may actually be the Royals because I want to say that I think their bullpen, I think, has the lowest ERA.
I'm not going to tell you to watch another team. I'm going to tell you to go check out the Houston Dynamo. They're fourth in the Western Conference. They just got back their stud leader, Hector Herrera. Go check out soccer, fill that stadium. It's a fun time and it's cheap.
I don't wanna watch people run back and forth in jerseys because essentially that's what I think soccer is. Just running back and forth. And the ball's going this way. No, it's going this way. No, it's going this way. No, it's going this. That's what I think soccer is. I watched Ted Lasso to try and get me out of that, and it just can't. I watched Ted Lasso. I cannot watch soccer.
The way I would sell it, the casual lady fan is look, instead of tight pants, you get tight shorts. You get
No,
some
I
thigh
mean,
in there.
that's not. No, I would. I need hockey. I need hockey to come to Houston. That's,
I'm
I
here
think.
for it.
I think I've made up my life. I think. But you know what? You know what I would want to watch? I think I want to watch rugby. I think it's. Is it the Saber? No, is it the Saber
Yeah,
Cats?
Saber Cats.
Is that
Yep.
our rugby team?
Mhm.
Rugby is a whole that's a whole other type of crazy. That's just
Mhm.
Jose Altuve cannot play rugby. That's not a thing that Jose Altuve can play. I
I think
think I wanna
Jeremy
watch
Pena is the
rugby.
only rugby player on the team.
Oh, I think you're probably right. I think maybe I'll start watching rugby. I'm not gonna start watching rugby. Let's just be really honest here. But maybe that's gonna be in the back of my mind. But hockey for real, so hockey might actually be a thing. We'll see. So, with that said, Tom, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
On Twitter at Third Coast Tom, on Instagram at TCTom1, and on the PSF app. We haven't had to do a game in a little while, which has probably been good because we would have said more four-letter words and yelled and screamed. I'd have drank all of that back there. And right now I haven't had to, which is good because I don't know. I when I have the group around, the group think, group drink. But when it's just me watching the game, I just maybe I'll have a beer or something. I won't go straight to the hard stuff. Come hang out on the PSF app. I think we have a game next Sunday, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And I promise that win or lose, hopefully win. We're only here for wins. It will be a good time. You will get to rant. We will rant. We will yell, scream together in joy or frustration. That doesn't matter. And we'll have a good time. Come check us out on the PSF app. We will be the best thing you're doing to watch the game if you're not at the game.
This is true. This is true. And like Tom said, if you don't wanna watch baseball, they don't have soccer rooms, but they do have other team rooms and other sport rooms. So if you are a football fan, if you are a basketball fan, if you are college basketball, they have all those rooms. They have all the teams. So go check that out. Tom and I don't remember his name. What's your partner's name for Texans?
James Roy.
James. They're a good time. James is obviously not as fun as I am, but still probably very knowledgeable about the foosballs. So go check out the Texans rooms. And yeah, that's it. Yay, baseball. Maybe. I say yay, baseball. Still hurts my heart. Okay, bye.